All right, here we are. We have a special guest today. Hey, Frank here. Been a little while, but you remember this guy right here? He's been on this channel before, and this is Rad Dad, aka James G.
The shirt.
But we're calling him Rad Dad. He had a very special made shirt here for this episode. But we're not here to talk about the relic of his shirt. We have a very special episode. He has two of the most amazing duos of relics that I ever seen. Two one of one of one of the greatest players ever to play the game, Mr. Roberto Clemente. He has two relics, and he's going to talk about them today. And he had some, and for your Clemente fanatics out there, for your Pittsburgh Pirates friend, he has a few questions for you as well about it as well. So if you're into Clemente, into relics, into the Pirates, stick around. And into just like looking at old classic relics, or you're just a rad dad like this guy and you're just hanging in here with this little buddy here. Anyways, to you, James.
Well, thank you, Frank. I like your shirt too. Hello, everyone. So yes, I have two Roberto Clemente cards. One of them, I think you believe you showed a brief video, a short video a while ago on your channel. So I just want to bring this one up again because the other one ties into it. If you can see, it's a little bit of a glare.
Yeah.
So this is the one of one from Sports Kings. It's the Roberto Clemente Jumbo Pocket and Button. And I do have a second one that I recently was able to obtain. And I have some information to go along with it. This is from Sports Kings from 2009. And I have some information that these are from the same pants relics that was cut up, even though they're 14 years apart. I actually was able to email the president, Dr. Brian H. Price, and he responded back. I asked in a previous email if he could confirm if these two cards, even though they're 14 years apart, were from the same authentic pants, the relics. And I did receive confirmation from Price. If I could just read this here for a second, Frank. He said, yes, they are from the same pair of pants. I've only owned one pair of pants that were acquired for the Sports Kings release. That's the one that Frank's holding. And still had enough in the Clemente Pittsburgh Pirate Pants box to make the cards when Solitaire Update 2.0 was produced. This one, about 13, 14 years later. So I do have confirmation that these are from the same pair of pants that were cut up. And as amazing as that is, I believe from some research I've done, and never seen any of these up close, just from photographs online, that they made these uniforms starting in 1970 in like mid-July, I think, when they opened, was it Three River Stadium? Mm-hmm. So Clemente only wore this type of uniform for maybe 2.5 seasons. But I believe these are all the buttons from a uniform. I have some photos that I printed out. Yep, I think so. So I think these are the only two buttons, Frank, that were on a 1970 or 71 or 72 Pittsburgh Pirates uniform.
And it's confirmed from Brian King, Brian Price, sorry. You see on the back there, that's his signature there, Brian Price. He got a direct email from Brian Price confirming that both these relics, or one-on-one relics, are from the same pant uniform of Roberto Clemente, which, man, that is an amazing. I don't think there's anything like that out there, to have the duo cards out there,
right?
Relics, to have both parts of the uniform.
Both, and I think the only two from this particular uniform that was cut up. Again, just to compare, here's some other photos. The jerseys didn't have buttons on them at all. They were pullovers. And then the pants, it doesn't look like there were any buttons at all in the pants, and it had the elastic waistband. And then just last photo, just a big ties in Clemente.
Yeah. What year was that? Those uniforms from without the buttons? That's pre 1970s, 60s.
I can't really tell if there might have been. Oh, this particular one here.
Yeah.
There may be buttons on here, but I know this uniform was either 1970, 71, or 72. They changed uniforms
Oh, okay.
when the new field opened.
Oh, when it opened.
Yes,
Yeah.
Three River Stadium, and I
Yeah.
think it didn't open right away.
Correct us with the date your Pittsburgh fans.
Yes,
out there.
please. That's
we
why
might-
also
we
I
might have
came
been
on
ahead.
here.
I thought you said 1970.
Well, 1970 is when they started the new uniforms, but
Oh.
it was in like July when the new stadium opened.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even there wasn't even a full 1970 season. It was just midway.
Yeah.
So, and I also wanted to please comment, what do you think about these cards? These are non-licensed cards. They're not Tops. They're not Upper Deck. It's a Canadian brand. Again, this one is Sports Kings from 2009. And then this one is from Solitaire 2.0 update. So I just wanted to hear anybody's thoughts. What do you think about non-licensed products?
Yeah, let us know in the comments what what do you think? Do you have any products from those specific brands? The back door keeps on opening, so just to let you know, Rad Dad is on duty here.
Yes.
But he's off duty now.
Personally, I really enjoy these cards. I don't care if it's Panini or Topps or Upper Deck or Leaf. To me, I didn't buy it for the brand. I bought it for the player that's depicted on it, and for the relic, your eye just goes right to the center. And I think these are very rare. I haven't seen many Roberto Clemente button cards pop up on eBay for a very long time.
I mean, James was saying, Frank, you don't know. Look at this pocket on this one here. His batting glove could have been put in that pocket right there. Like he could have put some sunflower seeds back there.
Yeah.
Unbutton that button, So, I mean, the great Clemente. I mean, he's just, when you talk about Hall of Fame hitters, I don't know if he should be at the top of the list. I don't know. What do you think there, Roberto Clemente?
Oh, I think so.
I don't think he's you don't hear his name sometimes when you talk about the greats of the game, because you got the guys like Mantle hit the homers, Bruce, but he was just a steady, solid 5'2" player, right? That was part of a world championship Pittsburgh Pirates team, 1971?
Yes.
And
the MVP of the
lost
World Series
way
too.
too soon. Way too soon.
I just wanted to show you
So I think that was their
this
idea,
photo
but she...
as well. You mentioned, you mentioned his hand might have been in his pocket. Like, just here's a photo online where his hand is in the back of a pocket, and it could have been possibly, maybe his hand was in here.
Yeah.
Maybe his
hand of the great. What do they call him? What's his nickname?
the great one, and then Sweetness.
Sweetness,
Maybe his fingerprint is on here. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Hit that thumbs up button.
I do have one other thing, if I can say, Frank. Another reason why I do like this is the back. It says on the front of this card, both of these say the same thing. On the front of this card is a piece from game-used Roberto Clemente Pittsburgh Pirate pants. The authenticity of this memorabilia is guaranteed. And it says this on both, so you don't always get this even with Tops. They just say game-used memorabilia and then not from any specific event or season. But this is very explicit.
And I think it's so cool you have
I'll show you the back.
direct communication with the president right there of that
of the brand, the product.
the product, confirming.
And I'll show you the back of this too. It says the same thing. It's covered up a little bit, but it does say authentic game used Roberto Clemente Pittsburgh Pirate pants.
Yeah.
It's very clear what it is. It's not a jersey; it's a pants card, but
still
a button nonetheless.
Tell you here, before we, before we stop here, with this guy, I'll show you my shirt too. We got the Red Sox. Got to represent there. This guy here, what he went through to get these was quite an ordeal, and I was there with him part of the way, and he I don't know if you can tell me about anything about. You don't have to go on and on. Tell me about what the ordeal was like to obtain these prize pieces in your collection.
Well, unfortunately, I did have to let go of some or sold, some of my cards that I previously had in my collection to get these, but I previously didn't have a Roberto Clemente relic card, and I always wanted one, and I never dreamt it would be a button card, and I never dreamt it would be two button cards, multiple ones, and I never dreamt that it would be from the same uniform, and from what I believe to be all the button cards of a particular uniform that was cut up.
Yeah, yep. I was with him the first round to get this card right here. We went to a card show down in Dead Mass.
Yes.
You know, and he sold what, a Babe Ruth, I think.
Yeah,
and,
Babe Ruth relic and a Mickey Mantle.
And
to get
he
that
got
one.
enough to get this one.
And then
he was able to. I think you.
And then I went to another card show and got.
Roberto, yeah, I think you had to sell a Roger Maris.
Yeah,
relic,
to get
you
this.
know, it's hard to, but that's when you're.
It is.
When you're a rad dad like him, trying to build an amazing collection with the resources that he has. Man, this guy has tenacity to do that, and I think he has one of the greatest. I don't know, man. I don't know a lot. I don't. One of the greatest relic collections that I've seen. I mean, I'm sure there's other people out there who have like mucho dinero there. That are buying like them all out. But I mean, to have 2 1-on-1s, Roberto Clemente's, buttons from both uniforms, man, this guy is rad. So please give us a thumbs up here in this comment. Please comment, share this video. We want to hear what people have to say. Okay. Well, everybody, I think we'll leave it at this. Do you have anything more to add, sir?
No, just once I received confirmation from communicating with Dr. Brian Price that this was from the same uniform, I just had to go after it, knowing that I had the one already. And
what are you working on next?
I don't have a Hank Aaron relic. Maybe a Willie Mays.
Hey, Aaron Mays.
Aaron Mays.
Man, that's gonna be exciting. When you do that, we're gonna do another video.
So it's probably on my radar for the future, maybe to
so
see if I can obtain one of those.
Okay. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I'm always excited to see. This is the first time I've seen this one in person. Today, he said, Frank, I'm going to be putting these away. This is your last chance to see this in person before I put them away. He, of course, he has a way to store his stuff. To keep him safe. And keeping his, And I came down up his way today and. Glad I did. That is, in person, I know it's harder on a video to see how cool that is. I like how that pops out, that button there. The image is perfect on the green background with Clemente. Image up top there. Very impressive.
Yeah.
This one is graded. The other one's not graded, but that's okay. Either or. But
And if I could just say one other thing, Frank, that. Again, regardless of who made it, I think they're very rare, and I might even say that button cards this particular button card of his might even be more rare than an autograph of his. If you look on eBay, you'll find maybe several cut autographs online, but you can't find a button card.
How many uniforms are out there of Clemente? Really?
Right.
How many autographs did he do? How many uniforms did he wear? Compared to how many
the
autographs?
Uniforms, they'll cut little squares relics, and you might get 400 or 500, but on a jersey you might only get maybe 6 buttons.
Yeah. So that's, this is a rare feat here.
And even if it's non-licensed, I just think these are rare, and just to appreciate for what it is.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing this with us.
Yeah, thank
Rad
you.
Dad. We're gonna call him Rad Dad for now. What do you think? Tell us in the comments too. Do you like the new name for our James? Code name James G. Code name Rad Dad. I like it, man. To have a budget, be on a budget like you are, and create this beautiful collection you have. I'm always impressed. But
thank you.
I
appreciate you letting me come on your channel here too, and
this
show
is
these
our
off.
This is our channel, man. I know I changed it back to Frank
absolutely.
MTTM, but
I know people like that. They miss
I know you people miss the Frank MTTM, but we got James G. Everybody said in prize comment James should start his own channel, but I know he just like to drop in.
Drop in when I can.
He can. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it this. We'll keep it at 15 minutes here. But thank you for everybody for joining us. Hope you're having a great weekend, a great summer. If you're watching this in the present time, which is August 2024. Either way, have a good day, and thank you for joining us. Take care. God bless. Peace.